A little earlier, I spoke to Owen Paterson, a former Conservative cabinet minister and leading Brexiteer.
Well, I'm afraid it's as bad as the 3-page pre-briefing which we were given earlier in the week. My position is very simple: 17.4 million people to leave. That decision was then refined and clarified by the general election result, where 85% of the votes went to Conservative and Labour parties, who made very clear in their manifestos that we were to leave by leaving the single market, the customs union and the remit of the ECJ. And sadly, this agreement that came out of Chequers does not deliver that. And I think people beyond London are going to be really, really angry about this. They will feel royally shafted.
So from what you've said, you're going to vote against it?
If this is the final arrangement, yes, I will vote against. And I hope the government will listen to our comments and come forward with something that conforms to what all those people voted for. We're people like me are caricatured as hard Brexiteers and ideologues and all this. We're just Democrats.
What are your overall objections then? You talk about yourself as a Democrat and you want the deal to reflect what people voted for. What's being offered still takes the UK out of the single market. It ends free movement and it allows the UK to sign separate trade deals. What do you want that will make it different, better?
Well, that's what we're told, but I'm afraid that's what I don't think is going to happen in practice. So if you take the Common Rule Book, we've got figures from Brussels, from lobbyists, that there's 170,000 pages extant in the acquis communautaire. That's the whole corpus of European law. Now, as we speak this evening with the Withdrawal Act, that is all entirely within the remit of the UK Parliament. We've nationalised the whole thing. We can leave it as it is. We can improve on it. We can repeal it and do whatever we want. What we're saying now, we're going to have this thing called the Common Rule Book, and we're going to legislate to put some of this, quite large lumps of it, it's unclear how much, back into UK law, but it'll be a different category because we will not be able to amend this. We certainly be able to repeal it. And worse, when it's added to, as European law progresses, all we can do is ask the EU in one of the sections is to ask experts' advice. We can't vote on it. And if we don't like it, we can't vote it down. Worse, if we go against it, there's a pretty unsubtle mechanism which ends up with it being decided, the final adjudicator being the European Court of Justice.
This white paper still has to pass in Parliament. So how many people do you think there are who would vote against it in the Conservative Party?
I honestly don't know. I'm one of those that signed amendments and we'll debate them on Monday. The ERG meetings we've had, chaired by Jacob Rees-Mogg, I would say we've had pretty well on a regular basis 50 or 60 people turn up. How many will actually vote? We'll have to see.
And will you walk through the no lobby with the Labour Party?
Well, if this was in the final settlement, I would vote against this, because this is a denial of what 17.4 million voted for. It's a denial of what the 85% voted for. People are furious about this. They may not know every techie detail about rules of origin and tariff schedules, but they know when they're being rolled over. And people, the emails I'm getting, the phone calls, people are furious.
Owen Paterson, a former Conservative cabinet minister and leading Brexiteer.